Republicans had themselves a debate last night about whether or not they believe every word of the Bible or just some, because this is what we want to talk about in America, right? Every word? Or just some of the words in the Bible? Which words every word? Listen to this.
I'm Joseph. I'm from Dallas, Texas. And how you answer this question will tell us everything we need to know about you.
Everything.
Do you believe every word of this book?
It was the Bible.
And I mean specifically
I thought it was Orwell.
that I'm holding in my hand.
Like 1984?
Do you believe
everywhere.
this book?
Oh, God.
I think we got his question, Mayor Giuliani. Well,
I need to help you out, Mayor, on this one.
What was it?
I said, do I need to help you out on this one here?
You want me to help you out? Wait a second. You're the minister. You're going to help me out on this.
I'm trying to help you out.
Okay. The reality is, I believe it, but I don't believe it necessarily literally true in every single respect. I think there are parts of the Bible that are interpretive. I think there are parts of the Bible that are allegorical. I think there are parts of the Bible that are meant to be interpreted in a modern context. So, yes, I believe it. I think it's the greatest book ever written. Governor Romney. I believe the Bible is the Word of God. Absolutely. And I try...
Which Bible?
I try to live by it as well as I can, but I miss in a lot of ways. But it's a guide for my life and for hundreds of millions, billions of people around the world. I believe in the Bible. Does that mean you believe every word? I believe it's the Word of God. The Bible is the Word of God.
But
I mean, I might interpret the word differently than you interpret the word, but I read the Bible, and I believe the Bible is the Word of God. I don't disagree with the Bible. I try and live by it.
Governor Huckabee? Sure, I believe the Bible is exactly what it is. It's the word of revelation to us from God Himself. And the fact is that when people ask, do we believe all of it, you either believe it or you don't believe it.
So I guess Huckabee believes that all menstruating women are to be considered unclean, and if a man lies with a woman during her sickness, because that's what it says in the Bible, if a man lies with a woman during her sickness and uncovers her nakedness, he has discovered her flow, and she has uncovered the flow of her blood. Both of them shall be cut off from her people. I guess he believes that. I guess he believes that male and female slaves are to come from the nations around you. And from them, you may buy slaves. You may also buy some temporary residents living among you, which would explain the guest worker program. And among you and members of their clans born in your country, they will become your property. This explains the Republicans on immigration. If they believe the whole thing. Do not cut the hair at the sides of your head or clip the edges of your beard. Mutton chops are verboten, baby. So I guess, of course, Giuliani's hysterical. I mean, the guy holds up a Bible, and he asks if they believe every word. And what's Rudy going to say? Do I believe every word in that book? Everything except about the adultery part. Obviously, I don't believe in that because I've done it 3 times. What is he going to say? Money changers aren't allowed in the temple? Hell, money changers are allowed in the mosque. Money changers are allowed in the temple. They're allowed in City Hall. I love the money change. What was he supposed to say? He should have said the truth. He never read it. He never read, I think it's the greatest book ever written. And if I had read it, then maybe I wouldn't have lain with my third cousin and married her and then cheated on her and then married that woman and then cheated on her and then billed that affair to the city of New York. Do you hear that story? Oh my God, that's like the best story. Rudy Giuliani, according to the Politico, who has the credit card receipts, Rudy Giuliani, the weekend before 9/11 and that whole summer, in fact, since 1999, Rudy Giuliani was cheating on Donna Hanover, his wife, with a girl that he married now, Judith Nathan. And apparently little Judith had a little house out in the Hamptons. And Rudy was going out to the Hamptons every weekend, the summer of terror, you know. But the crazy part is, the craziest part, forget the cheating, forget that he believes in every word of the Bible, except for the adultery part, and apparently except for the accounting part, you know, like principles. He was billing the city of New York for his affair, for his trips out to the Hamptons, because the mayor gets a security detail, and Rudy was billing his security detail's hotel stays at like nice little hotels in the Hamptons. While he was staying with Judy, he was billing his gas to get out there. The nerve of this guy. He was billing his gas to get out there. He was billing... And, you know, I just want to say this to Rudy. You know, you're supposed to be the mayor of New York City. You're supposed to do what every New Yorker does. Have your affair in New York City. For God's sake, we want people... What are we going to... What, you're going to tell adulterous tourists they're supposed to go outside New York? What, do you want them to take their condom money outside the great city? You want them to take their wine and lingerie money and spend it on Long Island? Are you kidding? What kind of an example did you say? And then... I mean, it's just, I mean, really, how unfortunate is all this for Judith Nathan, the little tart? I mean, she was the other woman. Let's not forget that. Now she's going to be the first lady, but she was the other woman. For many, many years, she was the other woman. And so now everybody has to picture her, have you seen her? Her and Rudy, I know you've seen him, having sex. Okay, everybody, just for a few seconds, because I don't want you to vomit in the back of your throat or anyplace else. I mean, it's just, you know, just the Hamptons. This is very hoity-toity for a guy who loves New York. The Hamptons. He had to go to the Hamptons. And what the hell? You know, he's billing tens of thousands of dollars in expenses to the city. Wait till I tell you which parts of the city he's billing them to get out to the tens of thousands of dollars to get out to. Doesn't he know about the Hampton Jitney? It's right on my corner. Every weekend, every Friday, all the people lined up to go out to the Hamptons on the Jitney. I don't understand him, I really don't. So here he is cleaning up Times Square and soiling the Hamptons, which is going to piss off everybody in the Hamptons. Have your affair in New York, Rudy. But listen to where he billed this thing. One of his auditors had stumbled upon the unexplained travel expenses during a routine audit of the Loft Board, a tiny branch of city government that regulates certain apartments, you know, like great ones, like lofts. Broadening the inquiry, the controller wrote auditors that he found similar expenses at a range of other unlikely agencies. This is really going to hurt you. Rudy billed $10,054 to the Office for People with Disabilities. Calling Dr. Freud. What does that say about his sack performance? You know, I don't know how to put it. People with disabilities, he billed it to. And Judith, the little tart, well, this makes sense to me. $29,757 was billed to the Procurement Policy Board. He procured her. Oh, it's also Freudian. People with disabilities for him. Department of Procurement for her. I mean, it's just amazing. So he was asked about this last night. And of course, you know, he said, of course it's true. Yes, that's what I did. I billed my, you know, secret affair to, you know, secret parts of the, not secret parts of the government, but obscure parts of the government, you know. No, he denied it all last night. They asked him last night whether or not he did it, and he said, no, none of it's true. You know, none of it's legitimate. The affair wasn't legitimate, so maybe that was word parsing of the finest magnitude. And if that's the level of word parsing you can expect from Rudy Giuliani, then maybe he is qualified to be president of the United States. I don't know. I did not procure that woman. I love the charge to the office for people with disability. I mean, it's so offensive on every level, including his ability when having an affair. Yeah? But listen, here's the really important point. He was doing this the weekend before September 11th. He was doing this.